Hey music fans, as a roadie I had this great opportunity to tour with all these bands. I wrote a book about my experiences on the road and it was the #1 new release on Amazon and Bios and it's now sold millions of copies on Kindle. I'm Joel Roadie and this is my podcast, Party Like a Rock Star. This episode features John Collura. He was in the band Beefcake, but is best known as being the guitar player of the band the Ataris. John's a good friend. He's a great guy. I think you guys are going to enjoy his reaction. There are some dates set for Atari fans to go see their shows. They have some new tracks I heard recently that I think are awesome. So I'm excited about them, and I hope you guys are too. I wanted to also throw a shout out, a true thank you, to the people at One Golden Thread. They sent me this awesome shirt. It is reversible, but the most important stuff about their clothing for me is that it's just so very comfortable. I really genuinely love wearing their stuff. They sent me a lot of stuff now. I've got hoodies and I got shirts, and I always enjoy wearing them. So very sincerely, thank you people at One Golden Thread. They come in these nice little bags, and you can read up about them at onegoldenthread.com. Check them out, guys. You'll feel better about yourself wearing their awesome clothes. For real. Feeling better about yourself, also want to say a thank you to one of my subscribers, Jeff from Chicago. Jeff sent me all this cool stuff to listen to. Baby metal, show ya some awesome stuff. Not just the CDs and whatnot. Also got a pretty cool Bandmade poster that he sent me. Thank you, ladies at Bandmade, for making this, and thank you, Jeff, for thinking of me to send it to. Guys, let's jump into this episode of Road Dogs and Rock Gods and see what our friend John Collura has to say. Let's do this. Okay, so this is the band that I kind of like starting off with. They are one of my favorite bands, and I found them through the podcast, and I just think they're amazing, so I'm interested to see what you think. To start things off, though, have you heard of a band called NIGHTWISH?
I don't think I have.
Okay, cool. So then we'll see what you think. I selected a song called Romanticide. This is from the Wacken Festival in Germany.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think, John?
There's a lot to unpack there. Yeah, I mean, good, of course. I'm always like nerding about song structure and how bands approach it and stuff, and it's interesting, right? So it's heavy, it's got the verse, and then it goes to another verse, and then eventually it goes to this chorus where it's just halftime, right?
Okay.
And then you would think it would be a straight repeater, right? Well, as most songs do, but then it goes to sort of a verse into a breakdown, and then a solo, like a ripping solo, back to the chorus, and then it's like almost they added a different song for the last minute and 45 seconds, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot to digest, right? Even if you're in the band.
It's an interesting point, because before we started pushing record, we were talking about Guns N' Roses really briefly, and one of the things I really enjoyed about some of those epic pieces of Guns was Slash coming in at the end with really like totally something different, and I love that little last hook. And so I haven't thought about that with Nightwish, and you're saying it's sort of the same idea.
Oh, I mean, for sure. Now, of course, unless that's the live version, because sometimes, right, a band will do a live version of something where they're like, hey, let's take it somewhere else. But if this is the actual song, then yeah, there's a I mean, it's just not a traditional sort of verse chorus bridge or breakdown chorus, which is, I think, interesting, right? The song takes you on a bit of a journey musically. For me, that's just how I interpret it, right? So it was almost like, not whether I particularly like something or not, I'm always interested in where it's going, how they put it together. I'm kind of taking more of a scientific approach to it.
So as a musical scientist, when you're listening to a track, are you becoming more excited as you're not knowing where this train is headed?
Oh, absolutely.
Are you getting nervous?
You could, yes, but it's more exciting because you like even in the solo, right? The guy's ripping the solo, and then of course he's pulling the tapping and stuff like that. And I mean, technically the band is obviously sound. Tonally, if that's a real live recording, I mean, that's pretty sick sounding band. I mean, because there's a lot going on, right? You have keyboards, you have different guitars, the drummers, doing the multi catches on the cymbal and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty wild stuff. I mean, listen, it's funny, like playing in Europe for the first time, even for myself, it's like you realize how different, I don't know, they love music, I think, way more than we do as a whole. I think Europe as a continent, I think they're more accepting of stuff. Like, I really feel like that band could play and then Blink-182 could play next and they'll get the same reaction. I think people enjoy music over there. And I think that's the thing about it. It's like, again, Nightwish. So because I have not heard of them means probably nothing, but I wouldn't assume that they were a household name here in America. But they're playing in on a massive stage in a massive festival in Germany.
Totally. So when you write Atari stuff, are you writing usually on the piano or the guitar?
Guitar.
Guitar.
My issue is that I'm not a singer. So, or at least I've tried in the car or in the shower, and I don't sound too good. So I have a really hard time when it comes to vocal melody. So for me, it's actually a lot easier because I was talking to Chris about this recently. There's only 12 notes that you can choose in the scale of music. There's only 12 notes. So of course we're going to fumble onto chord progressions that we've always heard before, right? But take Nightwish, for example. They're working off of the same 12 notes.
Mm-hmm.
It's something refreshing. It's something that I've heard music like that before, but they're able to put it together into something that makes it unique to them. But that's primarily me because of her voice and her vocal melody, and then just the different breaks, the drum beats, and every little air candy that goes on top of it. Have we heard the same chuggy chugs before? Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's still cool. I still love it. I still love heavy music. But in regards to what I do, it's a lot easier for me to just write 3-chord, 4-chord progressions and just present it to the guys and be like, hey, if you feel like you can make this more magical, great. I find it harder for people that are singer-songwriters to be able to do both, because I could still write guitar melodies, but I feel like they will impede or steal a vocal melody idea, if that makes sense. That's for the Ataris. I write a bunch of stuff for myself, and when it comes to that, I completely try to write guitar melodies on top of what I'm doing. And I think my biggest crutch right now or problem is that I'm so used to that simple song structure of a verse, pre-chorus, chorus, repeat it, bridge, or a breakdown, and then the outro chorus twice. I mean, that's sort of the rock pop world.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty guilty of
being the guy keeping it going.
I'm a mass repeater of the mass repeater of song structures. So it's always great to hear something that's why I said immediately I'm listening to the song structure and it's different, and that's always good.
Okay, cool. All right, let's jump into the next band. We'll find something else refreshing, we can say. Have we heard of a band called The Warning, and they're out of Mexico?
No, but it's funny. My wife and I have been, and I don't know band names, but we've been really listening to some interesting Mexican hardcore.
Oh, okay.
Music, and some of it's damn really good. Some of it's like, it was recorded in the basement, and some of it though, and even that though is pretty cool. But it's awesome, especially when they're singing in Spanish.
Oh, I totally agree. Yeah, I like this stuff in other languages a lot. All right, let's jump into some Warning, and you can let me know what you think. You've been warned.
Uh-oh.
Hey, the podcast is over. What are you still doing here? Well, while you're here, like and subscribe. Thanks.